G'day guys, it's Jason Darcy here. Today we're doing a treatment for swimmers. So we're going to do lats, deltoids, bicep tendon, pecs, and we'll get stuck into subscap as well. So this is more of a maintenance session for someone that's doing a lot of swimming or a competitive swimmer, but you also might get some pain in these areas because those muscles are getting chronically overworked. So yeah, we're going to show you how we treat that today on Darcy. But remember, like and subscribe if you want more content of exercise, training, treatment, how we treat different dysfunctions, or if you just like our sense of humour or you like looking at Darcy, yeah, jump on, subscribe, and yeah.
Good one.
Stay tuned.
It's shoulder specific, this is.
Yeah, so shoulder
forgot
specific.
to mention shoulder specific.
Jump on. We'll get Darcy sideline, so we'll show you some lat work first. So bottom leg straight, Darcy, top leg bent up there. So he's just supporting himself. And then I'll just get a little bit of wax on my hand here to warm up. So
I haven't been swimming, Jace, but I've been doing lots of pull-ups, so I'll need this.
Yeah. We're not really swimmers here at MMT. We've actually spoken about maybe we'll do it. We did a sprint video a few years ago. I don't know if you guys have done it, where we did a race and had a penalty for the loser. But we actually all sprint or play footy or run a lot more. But I actually said I'm more of a rock. I actually sink. I don't have the ability to float. So it'd actually be quite comical if we had a bit of a swimming race. I know Ninja's a bit of a... he's not a swimmer either. I think Aaron said he can hold his own swimming, but
he's got the limbs.
What do you like, Darcy? How's your swimming?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Here's Ninja's just made a cameo appearance. We're on YouTube here, Ninja. Do it. Just treating swimmer's shoulders. So you wouldn't know much about swimming, would you?
Nah, we're
land creatures.
Man, we should have a swimming race, me and Jace.
I reckon get all of us in.
Yeah.
There's plenty going on in here, man.
Yeah, so we're working through the lats here. So yeah, really big muscle. If you do see swimmers, like you'll notice they have big lats, big deltoids. Like you can normally pick a swimmer's body from just like when you see them. It's different to how someone that trains in the gym looks. Like their deltoids just look really... They're not as defined, but they're just so big, and so are their lats. So it's a muscle that gets worked quite a lot. So with the arm here, I'm just holding it so Darcy can relax as much as possible. Yep. I can actually take it through some range of motion there. I can bring it back around if I need to shorten it and just take some of that tension out of it.
Feels safe.
Yeah, that's the key. We don't want to let that arm just sort of flop there and make Darcy feel like he has to hold it, because that can be quite uncomfortable during the treatment.
Feels really good, man. Just feels like you're
feels
really
a bit nicer
hydrating
being up there.
Yeah.
But there's also like your teres major and minor under here, which are part of the rotator cuff. So freeing up through there, serratus. So we're getting a few muscle groups here, as well as targeting that lat.
Only one of them's part of the rotator cuff. Do you know which one it is, the minor or the major?
It is the minor.
Yeah, I think it's the minor too. We'll test that.
There we go, little anatomy quiz on the go. But yeah, I'm just working my way around. So yeah, it's all about hydrating these tissues. They're obviously getting worked quite a lot with swimming, so we want to make sure we're getting rid of that tension and just keeping the balance throughout the shoulder.
Bit of serratus there maybe too.
Yeah.
Feels really good.
Because with obviously swimming, especially if they're focusing mainly on one stroke, like they're always working those same muscles. So it's important to make sure you do take the tension out of those areas, and that they're not building up too much of an imbalance. Working through there, and then I can
definitely found a block there.
Up. Yeah, there's a few really good spots through there for Darcy. We can even trace it all the way down into the lower back, because as we know, the lats connect into that thoracolumbar fascia. So we can work our way all the way down there. We can release through the lower back and do more work through the lower back as well. But today we're just focusing more on the shoulder aspect.
I guess that's just something to know in the back of your mind if you're not getting relief from treating the lats or releasing the lats, is come lower into lower back and know your anatomy. That's the importance of it. Know where muscles start and finish. And
fascial slings are so important as well. Like particularly with swimmers, like it's really looking at the fascial arm line and the functional lines there that can play such a big role that link different muscle groups together. So anatomy trains. It's a really good thing if you're starting off in this industry, or if you're studying, or if you're already working in it. yeah, highly recommend anatomy trains.
Yeah.
So we've just moved a bit to the thumb, which is a bit more brutal, but just to really target a few areas in there, we can feel where it's a bit thicker. But it does feel like it's responding pretty well through there for Darcy.
Good, man. Feels really good. It's a therapeutic sensation. It's painful, but it feels like the right pain.
Finishing with one more broader one. So we'll move on just so we're not spending too much time on here for the video's sake. But yeah, we could spend a lot longer there. And obviously we would treat both sides. If this is a swimmer coming in, we'll get Darcy to roll onto his back now so he's face up.
No worries, bro.
So we'll start with this anterior shoulder. So a bit of bicep tendon, bit of deltoid. Especially if we're doing sort of freestyle strokes or butterfly. This area is going to be quite chronically overworked. So sinking in there, hooking in right to that attachment of the long-headed biceps tendon. Starting off quite broad because it's quite a sensitive area.
Definitely. Yep. I did some bench yesterday too.
There we go. What are you pumping out, Darcy? 100?
Nah. It was just with the
Just a
dumbbells.
light one? Yeah.
I've only got up to 30 kilos here, so to make do.
You're saying we need more. Throwing the
It's good
30s
fun.
around.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Oh, that bicep. Oh.
So yeah, this might be a maintenance session for swimmers, or it could actually be someone that's come in with shoulder pain from swimming. So even if you don't necessarily have pain in the shoulder, if you are doing quite a lot, I would recommend getting these areas worked. It's like any sort of training. If you're always training one muscle group or a specific area, you need to get that focus, because if you're not releasing it or keeping those tissues free, you're sort of limiting how much range you've got through the shoulders. You might not actually be performing as well, but you can also build up imbalances and tissues can become tight and restricted. You want to prevent pain. Like, it's a bit like we always say, it's like your car. Everyone always wants to get the car in and service it because it's the right thing to do, because you want to get to it before it breaks down. The human body is the exact same thing. If you don't service it, it doesn't have to be like every week, but if you're someone that's training quite a lot, monthly maintenance can be such a good thing for you. Like, you might not even realise that areas are really tight and that they're limiting you until you actually get it released and you go, oh, that feels so different. And you go to train the next day or the day after and it feels so much freer through that range of motion. So, you're preventing anything from building up that's going to potentially lead to injury. So prevention is better than fixing. So that's my little spiel there. Oh. If you don't have access to come to see us, try and do as much release work. We've also got a little mini course of fix it yourself, so how you can release all these muscles yourself at home using a foam roller or a spiky ball or whatever you've got around the house. So that's Ninja and Aaron giving away our little top secrets of how we treat, but you can do it yourself. So if you can't come and see us, jump onto the Fix It Yourself program. There'll be a link in the description. But we're slowly sort of working away from the biceps tendon out towards the deltoid there.
Oh,
and when you get people that, swimmers that are clients, there's always on that deltoid tuberosity such a hard, thick nodule there because of that, how much strain is going through that area, how much use those muscles are getting. So you flatten out your arm there, Darcy, so we can hit more on that deltoid area. So pushing in with my pisiform, so I'm using this part of my wrist, which is what I've been trying to use most of the time there. And we can just stop and pin it if we need to, if we feel like the stroke's not flowing or we can feel a little nodule coming up. We don't want to fly over it and potentially aggravate it or flick it, but just want to slowly move through it. Another thing that to make sure if you are a practitioner is make sure the person's shoulder's on the table. It's quite a simple thing, but some people lie, or they might have big broad shoulders, but yeah, you don't want their shoulders sort of resting off the table. So if they're a big shoulders and they're quite wide and they're sort of hanging off, just get them to shuffle across a little bit so they're feeling like it's reinforced. Because if you're pushing it and it's sort of falling below, they might be pushing back up into you and it might be a bit uncomfortable. So make sure their shoulders on the table there. So that's just a simple tip that sometimes you might not think about it. You're thinking so much about, okay, I've got to fix this person and treat the shoulder, and yeah, you're actually sort of making it a little bit uncomfortable because they might be at the edge of the table. So just a little tip there for practitioners. Gains. So we've worked the deltoid there. We might show you one with the thumb just because that'll be a bit more easier to see. So we sink right in there.
Bloody hell.
It's a bit more intense.
Yep.
We could also use the elbow or more of the sort of blade of the forearm. But yeah, I like to use thumb just so you can see what we're doing there. Any referral, Darcy?
Yeah. Down into my middle finger.
Okay, straight down.
Yep, straight down. It's good. Needs it.
It does.
It
Feels
really
quite
needs
tight
it.
through here.
Yeah. Oh.
Working those fibres.
Got to prevent me from injuring my shoulder.
That's right. We'll get him back benching even more.
Yep. Oh.
So just making sure that we hit all of those fibres. So we've worked our way around. We can even go further around into the deltoid. For video's sake, I'm going to move on. We're actually going to get subscap before we get into the pec. So yeah, again, subscap, doing internal rotation of the shoulder. So if you think swimmers, that's a pretty big aspect of the strokes that they complete. So yeah, we want to make sure that we get in there. And subscap does have a referral pattern out into this deltoid as well. So if you've got a client that's having shoulder pain, you've treated a lot of the deltoid, and it hasn't got as good of an improvement as you thought, yeah, make sure you look into here, into this subscap region. So if you can see there, Leo, I've just sunk in. So subscap is on the back side of our shoulder blade or our scapula. So I want to go under the ribs. So here's Darcy's rib. So I'm against the ribs, and then I'm just going to angle my pressure down towards the table. And then we can slowly start to move the shoulder into that internal rotation, or we can open it up. Because yeah, we can't really do too much movement in this area because it's quite an uncomfortable area. It's pretty sensitive in the armpit. And yeah, I just like to rest the elbow on my knee there, just so it's a bit easier. Make sure they're fully relaxed.
Certainly am. Feels really good.
And then once you've felt that spot's all right, shuffle up, because I reckon it was a bit more where we started. And that same thing, so find the ribs, angle down a bit more towards the table. You might even have to stand up. You can also bring the shoulder up into flexion and even across the body. That's really going to bring it up towards my finger.
Yeah.
It's almost getting some protraction of that shoulder blade. So that arm coming forward, and that makes it a little bit easier to get into that subscap. And then we can slowly let it open back up. Open back up there.
Oh, yeah. What a release.
Yeah, it's a painful area, but yeah, it does feel so good after it's done. It's a little bit like the psoas in the hip flexor.
Yeah.
Just one of those areas that's painful, but once you get through it, you notice the difference straight away and can free up a lot of different areas. So where psoas can free up your hip, your lower back, and a lot of areas down there, this subscap can do the same thing in the shoulder complex.
Yeah.
All right, so we've released that one off. We'll finish with his pecs, and then we'll send him on his way back, and he'll swim his best time he's ever done.
Good. I'm looking forward to the end product. It's already feeling so nice.
Sink in here, so right at the shoulder attachment point there in that pec. Just sink off, and we're not moving too fast. Going with the pace the tissue's allowing. We're trying to open that shoulder up, clear it out. Oh, yeah.
Going with the fibres.
With the fibres, yeah. So our pec fibres are running in these sort of directions here. So yeah, as we're doing that stroke, we're going that way, and towards the sternum. We can also come the other way and do strokes that way. But I'm going to stick to this side for now and open that shoulder up. Yeah, it can be pretty nasty through the pecs.
Man,
It can be a
so
pretty
good.
brutal sensation.
Yeah. I'm loving it though. It's good.
My pecs sometimes have that feeling of like something's getting ripped off almost, like a little bit of a tearing sensation. But yeah, that's just the different feelings you can get through treatment.
Yeah, just feel it sort of separating it from the stickiness it gets along
Yeah.
the bone and the rib cage there. It's freeing it up.
I'm going to change hands, and that this way we can start to do some passive work. So once we've done a few strokes there, I can start to, again, take the shoulder through some range, just trying to open it up.
Oh, yeah.
Get that shoulder open, get it out of that rounded posture if they do have a bit of that. Start them in as fully internally rotated, and then we can start externally rotate and even flex. Bring the shoulder up. Working through that whole pec. Gonna take the nipple off here.
Yeah.
Good thing you don't have that nipple ring anymore.
Nah,
Other side.
other side.
Yeah, see.
Just a bung nipple now.
What do you reckon? Should he bring it back?
Nah.
Learnt your lesson once.
Yeah. There we go, that'll do.
Alright, we might leave it there. So yeah, we could obviously spend longer again working through that pec, but I just wanted to show you all the main areas that we can cover with a swimmer. So yeah, if you're someone that's a swimmer and you're getting tight shoulders, or you just want some maintenance work, this is what you can get. If you've got pain, this is what we can do. Or if you're a practitioner and you have someone that's coming in that's a swimmer, yeah, give them this treatment, you'll blow them away. Thanks guys.
Shuckers,
See ya.
bros.